Namaskar, Om Shakti Hrim, Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya. The Agni Purana, Part 3. Dreams. Some dreams are bad omens. In fact, they are nightmares. Examples are dreams about grass or trees growing on one's body, dreams in which the dreamer is shaven-headed or is wearing shabby clothes, or dreams in which one is falling from above. It is also bad to dream of marriage, singing, and the killing of snakes and the killing of chandalas or animals. If you dream that you are drinking oil or eating bird meat, that is also a bad omen. Other examples are where the dreamer dreams that he is playing with monkeys or chandalas. When he dreams that Devas, Brahmanas, the king or Guru is angry, or when he dreams that his house had collapsed. Remedies have to be found if one dreams such evil dreams. Brahmanas have to be worshipped, a yajna has to be performed, and the dreamer has to pray to Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, Ganesha or Surya. Dreams dreamed in the first quarter of one's sleep normally come true over the next 1 year. Dreams from the second quarter come true over the next 6 months, and dreams from the third quarter over the next 3 months. Dreams from the last quarter come true over the next fortnight, and dreams dreamed right and down come true within the next 10 days. If one first dreams a good dream and then an evil one, it is an evil dream that will come true. Therefore, if one dreams a good dream, one should not sleep anymore. One should immediately arise. There are many dreams that are good dreams. For example, dreams that involve mountains, palaces, or snakes. On the dreamer might dream that he is riding on a horse or a bull. It is also a good dream of white flowers in the sky or to see trees in a dream. Especially good dreams are those of the dreamers possessing many arms or many heads of grass and bushes sprouting from his navel. What if you dream of wearing white garlands or clothes? That is too is good. If you dream of eclipse of sun, the moon or stars, by all means rejoice. And if in a dream you see that you have caught hold of the enemy flag, that surely means that you will triumph over the enemy. And if you actually dream of defeating the enemy, the interpretation is clear enough. Strangely enough, a dream where the dreamer sees that he is eating rice pudding in is a good dream. As is the case with the dreams of drinking wine or blood, or even of eating wet meat. A clear sky in dream is good. Dreaming of milking a cow or buffalo with one's own mouth is also good. The dream continues to be a good one if one dreams of milking a lioness or she-elephant thus. Other dreams which have good interpretation are, for example, dreams of the dreamers receiving blessing from devas or brahmanas, of being anointed with water. The dreamer who dreams of his coronation is blessed, and he is doubly blessed if he dreams that his head had been cut off, and that he is died, or even that his house has been burned down. The relatives of such a dreamer increase in number, and he also prospers. It is good to dream of musical instrument being played, or of riding a bull or climbing a tree. Wet clothes, tree laden with fruit, and a clear blue sky in dreams are especially good. If one is about to go out of the house, one should take care of any bad omens that there might be. Such bad omens are cotton, dried grass, cow dung, coal, molasses, leather, hair, a lunatic, a chandala, a widow, a dead body, ashes, bones, and broken vessel. If one comes across these as one is about to leave, one should not start without pacifying the elements through prayers to Vishnu. The sound of musical instrument is not auspicious sound at the beginning of a journey. If the means of transport by which one is traveling breaks down, that too is a bad omen. If weapons break, perhaps you should postpone the journey. The same is the case if an umbrella held over one's head happens to fall. If one hits one's head against the lintel of door as one is about to cross the threshold, prayers are again indicated. And never call back someone who has just left. That is bad omen and bodes ill for the success of the journey. There are good omens for the departure, and if one sees this good omen, the journey is bound to be successful. Good omens are white flowers, full vessel, meat, distant noise, an old goat, a cow, a horse, an elephant, fire, gold, silver, a sword, an umbrella, fruit, clarified butter, curds, a conch shell, sugarcane, the sound of thunder, lightning, and a dead body with no one crying over it. Omens are important even if one is not going on a journey. A peacock crying on the left means that something is going to be stolen. If a donkey brays with a broken voice, that is a good omen and something good will happen. If a bull or buffalo cross over from the left to right, that is a good omen. But if they cross over from the right to left, that is a bad omen. One's desires will be attained if horses, tigers, lions, cats or donkeys cross over from the right to the left. Jackals, moles, lizards, pigs and cuckoos and good omens on the left, and monkeys are good omens on the right. If a jackal calls once, twice, thrice or 4 times, that is a good omen. It is bad omen if a jackal calls 5 or 6 times. It is very good omen if a jackal calls 7 times. If crow cow of the left of an army, as the soldiers will not be able to win. If a crow can be seen near the door of a house, this means that there will soon be a guest. A crow looking at the sun with one eye signifies great danger. A crow covered with a mud means the attainment of one's desire. A dog barking inside the house leads to the death of the householders. A person whose left limbs are sniffed by a dog will attain riches. If the right limbs are sniffed, there will be danger. A dog blocking one's path signifies theft. A dog with a bone or rope in its mouth means the loss of property. But it is a good omen to see a dog with meat in its mouth. Cows mowing irregularly mean threats to the master of the house. If that happens at night, there will be a theft or a death in the house. If the cows have horns that are wet or daubed with the mud, that is a good sign for the householders. A cow that plays with the cranes or doves is bound to die. A cow that licks its feet is also destined to die. If an elephant strikes its right foot with its left, that is good sign. Prosperity comes. An elephant rubs its right tusk with its foot. There is great danger if an umbrella falls just as one is about to leave one on a trip. Journeys are to be avoided if the stars are not favorable. Once a king decides to go out to battle, 7 days are needed for preliminaries. On the first day, Vishnu, Shiva and Ganesha have to be worshipped. On the second day, the Dikpalas, guardians of all direction, are worshipped. The Rudra on the third day, the planets and the stars on the fourth day, and the 2 Ashwinis and the rivers on the 5th day. On the 6th day, the king has a ceremonial bath in honor of the victory that is to come. And on the 7th day, the king leaves to do battle. Prior to the marching, the army must always assemble to the east of the capital city. The start of the march must be accompanied with the playing of musical instruments. Once the army has begun to march, it must never look back. After having traveled for a couple of miles, it must stop to rest and pray to the gods and the Brahmanas. The king must never directly fight, because if the king kills, the battle is lost. The king must be right behind his army, not too far away from it. An elephant will be guarded by 4 chariots, and a chariot by 4 horses, and a horse by 4 infantrymen. The infantry will also be at the front of army, followed by archers and then by the horses. The chariots and the elephants come last of all. The cowards in the army must not be in the front, they must be in the back. The front is for the brave soldiers. To the extent possible, one should fight with the sun behind one's army. If a soldier dies in the course of battle, he goes straight to heaven. The blood of brave men washes away all sins. To be struck with a weapon is better than to perform many sacrifices. A person who flees from the field of battle performs a sin that is worse than that of killing of Brahmana. The fight should be between equals. Those who are running away should not be killed. Neither spectators nor those who are unarmed will be killed. An enemy captured in battle should not be kept imprisoned. He should be released and treated like a son. Rama had once taught Lakshmana about the duties of a king. The Agni Purana now relates these precepts of Rama's. The duty of a king are fourfold. Firstly, he has to earn earth. Secondly, he has to increase it. Thirdly, he has to protect it. And firstly and finally, he has to donate it. The king must also be polite, and politeness comes through the conquering of the sense. The king must be humble. The senses are like mad elephants. If the senses are pampered like mad elephants, they trample politeness and humility underfoot. The king must also be non-violent, trustful, clean and forgiving. He should take care to observe all the rituals. He should give food to those who are poor. He should protect those who seek royal protection. He should always use words that are pleasant to hear. The body is here today and gone tomorrow. Stupid is the king who deviates from the path of righteousness to give pleasure to a body that is transient. The curses of unhappy people are enough to bring down a king. This is only one difference between gods and animals. Gods use pleasant words, while animals use rough words. The king must use pleasant words like a god, and he must use pleasant words not only for those who are his friends or good, but also for those who are his enemies or evil. With obeisance the king pleases his Guru. With good behavior the righteous, with duties the gods, with the love the servants, and with the alms that who are inferior. The kingdom has 7 components. They are the king, the ministers, the friends, the treasury, the army, the force, and the state itself. Of these the most important is the state, and it has to be preserved to all cost. The king must be extremely careful in the choice of the ministers and the royal priest. The king must not choose or consult ministers who are stupid. The king's signs are his golden rod and scepter, an umbrella that is held over his head. The umbrella should be made of the feathers of swans, peacocks or cranes, but the feathers of different types of birds should not be mixed in the same umbrella. The throne should be made of wood and should be embellished with a gold. A bow can be made of iron, horn or wood. The best bow is the one that extends over 4 arm lengths. The king can spend up to the 1 year's tax revenue on armaments and flags. The section of Dhanurveda is on arms and weapons. There are 5 types of weapons that are used in war. The first category is of yantra mukha weapons released from a machine yantra. This machine may be a launcher or even a bow. The second category is the pani mukta weapons. Weapons that are flung by the hand, pani. Examples are spears and stones. The third category is known as mukta sankharita. These are weapons can be flung and also withdrawn. The fourth category consists of weapons like swords that are never released from the hand during battle. These are known as amukta weapons. And the last category of weapons consists of brute force and strength that is used in bouts of wrestlings. The best form of fighting is that with the bows and arrows. Next comes fighting with spears, followed by fighting with swords. Wrestling is the worst form of fighting. Before aiming, the bow Dhanusha should be held with the edge pointing down towards the S. The arrow Vana should be placed against the bow with the head pointing down. The bow should not be raised and the lower end of the bow should be in the line with the edges narrow. The quiver should be at the back. Before releasing the arrow, the bow should be held firm with the left hand and the arrow with the 5 fingers of the right hand. The string of the bow should be pulled back such that the tassel of the arrow is between the archer's ear and the right eye. The body should not be bent when one is releasing an arrow, nor should one get excited. The archer has to be still as a pillar. The target has to be in line with the left fist and the archer's posture has to be like that of triangle. It is best to pull back the string of the bow up to the right ear. A noose pasha is 10 arms in length, with both ends of the weapon being circular. The main body of the weapon is made of rope. There are 11 different ways in which a noose may be held. A noose must always be flung with the right hand. A sword arsi must hang to the left of the waist. When a sword is to be taken out, the scabbard should be grasped in the left hand and the sword should be taken out with the right hand. There are 22 different ways in which sword and a shield may be held. Property. What happens to a person's debts when he dies? If he does not have any sons, the person who inherits the property also inherits the debts and has to pay them off. If there is a son, the son pays the debts off. But a woman is not to be held responsible for debts contracted by her husband or her son. Nor is man responsible for debts contracted by his wife or son. Exception are instances where a husband and wife contract a debt jointly. If there are no witnesses to a contracted debt, but the king feels that the debt was indeed contracted, the king must arrange for the debt to be repaid with a period of 64 days. In case of a dispute, the person who brings a false suit will be punished by the king, and a false witness will be given twice the punishment that is meted out to the one who brings a false suit. A Brahmana who bears false witness will be banished from the kingdom. A person who agrees to be a witness but later withdraws will be punished 8 times as much as a bringer of the false suit. A Brahmana who does this will be banished from the kingdom. It is better that the details of a debt contracted be written down with the names of the 2 parties and the witnesses clearly indicated. If the debtor pays in installments, the details of all such payments must be recorded on the written document. Debts made in the presence of witnesses should also be repaid in the presence of witness. If a witness has to take an oath, the oath should be administered after cotton, fire, water or poison has been placed on the head of the witness. Fire or water can be used to find out if a person is lying or not. If fire is used, 7 banyan leaves are placed on the accused's hand. A red-hot lump of iron is then placed on the hand and the accused has to go around it 5-7 times. If it is found that the hand has not to be burnt, the person has been telling the truth. And if the hand has been burnt, he has been lying. Similarly, an accused person can be immersed in the water, and if he does not drown, he has been telling the truth. Alternatively, the accused can be made to drink poison. If the poison does him no harm, he is truthful. If the father makes a will, the property will be divided among the sons in accordance with the provisions of the will. But if all the sons get an equal share of property, the wife should also be given an equal share. Otherwise, the father can leave all his property to the eldest son. The sons and the father obtain equal shares to any property or debt that has been left by the grandfather. But the sons are not necessarily entitled to any property that has not been left by the grandfather, but being earned by father. If a son is born after the property has been divided, he too will be entitled to equal share of any property left by the grandfather. Daughters are not entitled to property, but sons who have got married will use 1/4 of their inherited property to get their sisters married. The Agni Purana now describes benefits of giving alms along with the Puranas. The Puranas are to be donated together with cows. And in token of Mahapuranas, the Agni Purana is also mentioned most of the length in terms of the number of shlokas which has. That is worth stating. The Brahma Purana, the Padma Purana, Vishnu Purana, Vayu Purana, Bhagavata Purana, Narada Purana, Markandeya Purana, Agni Purana, Brahma Vaivarta Purana, the Linga Purana, the Varaha Purana, Skanda Purana, the Vamana Purana, the Kurma Purana, the Matsya Purana, the Garuda Purana, the Brahmanda Purana. The only Mahapurana which is missing from the above list is the Bhavishya Purana. You now have a pretty good idea of how long the Puranas are. The Skanda Purana is the longest and the Kurma and the Garuda Puranas are the shortest. But unfortunately the numbers in the Agni Purana are not terribly accurate. The Padma Purana have 55,000 couplets and 12,000 as stated. The Varaha Purana has 24,000 couplets and 14,000. The Agni Purana itself has slightly over 15,000 couplets and 12,000. But at least you have some approximate idea about the length of the various Puranas. The Brahma Purana is to be given in the month of Vaishakha. The Padma Purana is to be donated in month of Jyeshtha. The Vishnu Purana is to be donated in month of Ashada and the Vayu Purana in the month of Shravana. The Bhagavata Purana is to be given in the month of Bhadra. The Narada Purana in the month of Ashvina. The Markandeya Purana in the month of Kartika. The Agni Purana in the month of Margashirsha. And the Bhavishya Purana in the month of Pusha. The Brahma Vairata Purana is the month of Magha. The Linga Purana for the month of Falguna. And the Varaha Purana for the month of Chaitra. The Skanda Purana is to be given to Brahmanas. The Vamana Purana is to be given in the autumn. The Kurma Purana is to be given together with golden urn. The Matsya Purana is to be donated together with golden swan. The Brahmanda Purana is to be given to Brahmanas. Great benefits are also to be derived from the hearing the Puranas recited. The reciter has to be given alms and the Brahmanas must be given cows, rice and land at the time of recitation. If one arranges for recitation of the Purana, one lives long, stays healthy and attains heaven. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayana, Hari Om Tat Sat, Radhe Radhe.